Hello everyone, welcome to my second video of Airlines Manager Tycoon. Just a note again, there are many Airline Managers game out there. Remember, this is the weird French one with Tycoon and this home screen map. I want to go over a few advanced topics and tips that I figured out that this game doesn't really tell much tutorials about. First, cards. As you can see, these cards give you a few bonuses. If you look at the list of cards, you get sometimes planes, sometimes money, sometimes tickets, sometimes research dollars. You get a free one every 8 hours, so make sure to check back here every 8 hours. Number two, services. As you can tell, there are some bonuses for your airline. Most prominent is, well, I'll just tell you some entertainments or punctuality. You'll see if you click the question mark, you'll see which type of flights and which classes are affected by the bonus. For me, the most important ones for me are expenses and ancillary revenue. So expenses are the expense you have to do on each flight. Ancillary revenues, as you can read here, represent additional earnings on each flight. So the number one guy on Airlines Manager Tycoon pumped ancillary revenues and expenses really high. The other ones were mediocre. So as you can tell, those are the most two important ones. So the services, you can research them in research and development and services. And as you can tell, there are different tiers, so you just have to, kind of like civilizations, you have to unlock a few lower tiers to unlock the higher tiers. And if I show you on the services, say partnership, yeah, so you can see some expenses, some better ones and more comfort, but you have more expenses, etc. So expenses and ancillary revenues are quite straightforward. The other ones are quite not forward, and I will show you why. So if you remember, if you did your agenda, you would have done your audits. And your audits, if you can go to some, let's say Houston, YVR in Houston. So as you can see, I have not done an audit yet, so that's why there's no recommended price. At this price level, I get 100. So for economy, for example, at $814, I get 1,117 passengers. Now, if I do an audit, now the audit is based on your airline bonuses. So if you have, things better for the economy, then the recommended price will be higher. So let's change the recommended price to $948, to whatever it was recommended. So then you can actually click confirm right now, or to be safe, you don't go under your demand, you can simulate it. And there you go, voila. So as you can tell, the simulated demand is actually, because the price went higher, the simulated demand actually got lower from 1,117 to 1,067. So the higher price you go, the less supply and demand, higher price, less demand you get. However, you can charge higher price if you have better bonuses in your services. Okay, so that's number 3 advice. Okay, so number 4, as you get to bigger and bigger airlines, so for example, me, I have 3 types of hubs. As you can tell, I have lots and lots and lots of planes. So the main thing here, for the planes, you know what? The main thing you'll be doing is making sure the planes are up to shape. Doing your A checks and your D checks. So that can actually be very, very time consuming. So what I would suggest is, if you look at the planes that you can buy, definitely compare their wear coefficients with their seats. The seats will give you more money, of course. Fuel consumption is they're all pretty much the same, and so speed. Range is a big one. But wear coefficient, try to buy ones that are a little better. Don't buy the ones, if given the same price, buy the ones that have a lower wear coefficient. Like I said, it's really cumbersome to do all your A checks and your D checks when you have like 100 planes. So you basically do maybe 50 or 30 every day. However, the wear coefficients actually, if you check the age mark, the wear coefficients actually become higher. The percentage is higher per 100 hours of flying, depending on the age. So for me, A checks are good. Up to around high 3s and 4s. So once it gets to 4, it'll be red. The age mark will be red, and that's when you should really do your D checks. For me, I have enough money. Actually, doing D checks and A checks, you can dip into the negatives with your bank. However, you can't buy anything. You can't buy routes going to the negative. You can't buy airplanes going to the negative. But D checks and A checks, you can definitely do that. D check restores your age mark back to 1, so plus 0% worn per 100-hour flying. A check just reduces the worn rate at the top here at 14% back to 0. Okay, so hopefully that helped you guys with some advanced topics that I found out for our Airlines Manager Tycoon. So stay tuned for the next video.